Hello everybody, welcome back to Pro Evolution Soccer 2021. We have Facecam, we have green screen, we are on the actual gaming PC. It is fixed, it is ready to go. But it's decision time. Crystal Palace or Chelsea? The comments were pretty much a 50-50 split. And I'm not too sure what to do. We've got this Crystal Palace team to the Champions League playoffs in 5th. On 72 points, finishing 1 point behind Chelsea on 73 points, who are in a group stage position for the Champions League. And not only that, but if we go and have a look at competitions won in the competition info, if we go and look at the Europa League, it was won by Chelsea. So this is very interesting because this means if we move to Chelsea, we're going to be in a European final because we were playing in the Super Cup. And that game will be against Barcelona. So I'm very much tempted to move to Chelsea. I think we have 84 million to spend, the top of the screen, 84 million to spend, 122 salary budget with this Crystal Palace team. Have we taken it as far as we can go? Potentially. We have a very good squad. It's not the best. It's not the best squad. There's room for improvement. I think we've built up well. You just sort of feel like Chelsea's will be stronger. But I've not looked at Chelsea yet. I've not actually looked at what Chelsea's sort of team are doing. It's a big squad. They've got a lot of players. I mean, they've got a lot of good players as well. They've kept quite a lot of their good players. So they've still got Hudson-Odoi, Werner, Havertz. I mean, they've signed Alonso, Kante, Christensen. I mean, Kepa in goal I'd probably look to replace. Reece James, Ben Chilwell. On the bench, you've still got Ziyech, Kovacic, Rudiger. They've brought in Ramsdale as well as another goalkeeper. Tomori, Zuma. It's a very, very, very good team. It is a very good team, and it's sort of leaning towards moving to Chelsea. It does make sense. Havertz, Werner, Kante, Mason Mount, Odoi, Alberto, Kepa, Jorginho, Ziyech, Abraham, Marlon, who was someone we tried to sign at Crystal Palace, Christensen, Chilwell, Rudiger, Reece James, Zuma, Tomori, Emerson, Kovacic. It's all round. I think they're a better team, aren't they? I mean, and even this, we could get rid of some of this crap here. I mean, an 18-year-old Willy Caballero is there, Chalobah, Ademi. We could probably Akana, who's a really good prospect as well. We could probably look to get rid of some of these players here and rebuild the squad and maybe go and poach some people from Crystal Palace if we do that. I'm sort of leaning towards Chelsea. There was just one other thing I wanted to look at, and that was club ranking. Chelsea are 10th. They're top 10. They're a top 10 ranked club, and that means signing players will be easier. More players will want to move to us. Where's Crystal Palace? We're not top 50. We're not top 60. We're not top 70. We're not top 80. We're not top 90. We're 96th rated as a club in the game, in the save. You got to move, haven't you? I think we've got to do it. I do think we've got to do it. You'd think being a 10th ranked team in the world, they'd have more money than us. They're going to have more reputation. I think they've got a better squad. It'll bring a bit of an element of freshness to the game as well. Yeah, I sort of feel like we've got to do it. I sort of feel like we have to move. I think like loyalty versus realism. I think you'd go, wouldn't you? I mean, Arsenal aren't even. I'm not even contemplating Arsenal, but Chelsea. I just don't know. This is agonised. We've built up Crystal Palace so well. Attacking midfielder, striker, left wing. Okay, we'd probably have to play Marlon out on the right if we're going to keep with the same formation. Maybe a 4-4-2 would probably suit this squad better. Or we bring in a right midfield. I'd like to bring in Eze. I think Eze's been superb for us, although we've got Havertz, Mount and Ziyech, so we probably don't need him. Maybe Lafont in goal if we sell Kepa. I just don't know. I think Ruud Gullit is going back to Chelsea. I think Ruud Gullit is going to go back to Chelsea. Let's move forward and see how this unfolds. So we've still got the testimonial for the old boys for Crystal Palace, which we'll skip because we never play that game anyway, as PK appears to be retiring, which is good for him. He'll enjoy his retirement with Shakira, I'm sure. She's a lovely, lovely lady. And it's the final day of the season, excuse me, as I have a cough. Right. No, this is it. This is the point. This is it. This will officially confirm you as Chelsea's manager. Are you sure? We had 84 million to spend with Crystal Palace, with 122, I think, in salary. This is it. No turning back. See you on the other side. So, promoted Norwich, Watford, West Brom down, Newcastle, Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest, as we have now confirmed to leave Crystal Palace and move to Chelsea as the transfer window opens. And I'm quite excited. It's a new era. We don't have Baldy McBaldface anymore as our chief exec or whatever he was, or director of football. But right, let's discuss the season objectives. I think win the league. Go big, don't you? Go big or you go home. Win the league. Don't want to completely count out our chances in the FA Cup, but winning the league takes priority. Yes, it does. I agree. That's it. Chelsea manager. I didn't think this would happen in this save, to be honest. I did not think this would happen in this save as we meet the press as Chelsea boss for the first time. Ruud Gullit's there. What sort of style are we going to play? We're going to put on a show. We're going to bring the show from Crystal Palace to Chelsea. A little jump across London to go and join the blue side of Putney. Is that where they're based? Putney, Fulham? Something like that, isn't it? But yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting. Ruud Gullit is appointed as manager. Ruud Gullit has taken the helm at the new club and shared his thoughts on the challenges ahead. Coming to a new team, I'm always excited to learn what kind of culture and style we can come up with together. And look at that start of the season. Allianz Arena in the Super Cup is our first game. Then we have Man United, then Everton, and then Southampton. And, Chelsea manager. Here we are. Chelsea manager. This season targets. Interesting. Player contracts, people are expiring, whatever. We've got some new blood in the youth team. We're not going to bring up too many youth players. I think it's a bit of a cheat way to do it in PES. But, there we go. We got, what was that, 120 million? 120 million. So, yeah, a little bit more money, and 106,000 was a little less salary budget to play with. But I think first off, we can look to get rid of some of the deadwood. I mean, Lucas Pison is still here. He can go. So transfer list, we're open to offers for him. Piscane, I don't even know who he is. Who the hell is Piscane? An extra front man, so he's going to be a centre back. Yeah, I mean, I didn't mean to press that, but yeah. So here we are, Chelsea. Chelsea. It's going to be very interesting. We should be able to have a much better approach to buying players. Caballero, I mean, we're not going to ever play Caballero, so he can go. Trevor Chalobah, the other Chalobah, can go. Get him out the door. Adeyemi, I just don't think is ever going to be worth it. He can go. Kana will keep. Sahavi's 36. He can go as well. Ayuchi's never going to play. You're on loan. Why have we got... This player is a loan player. Ends in December. Okay. Camacho is probably not going to play, although he is the only right winger we've actually got. Brahim Diaz, Gilmore. We'll keep those two around for a little bit longer. I mean, first things first. I really want to... yeah, sorry. That's not... Why did I do that? Advanced search. That's what I wanted. Club teams. Premier League. Crystal Palace. Let's go and see... So I can't remember what release fees people had. I mean, Chidoze for 6 million. Well, I don't think we need a centre-back, but that is a bargain. Eze's only 13 million release fee. Oh, Camavinga 56. I gave him a big new contract. I remember that. Lafont has only got a 15 million fee release fee. Oh my God. Let me know in the comments. Who do you think we should poach? Who do you think we should go and poach from Crystal Palace? That's a very interesting thought to do it, isn't it? I mean, even Palacios, 25 million release fee. Who else have we got down here? And Babu doesn't have one. Brunetta for 3 million. That seems like a bargain. Danzo's release fee is 3.9 and he's worth 6.3. He's just not very good. But yeah, what incredible scenes. Incredible. Shalov at 21 million isn't a bad shout. Incredible. I'll be interested to see what Crystal Palace do. I'll be interested to see what Crystal Palace do as well. So we need to go and get our scouts out and about because it doesn't come over from Crystal Palace. So we want to enable them. We want to go for any position. You can consider the budget and we will. Where will we go? Let's go. Let's get someone in England. It's always good to have one person, I think, at least in England. We'll enable this. Then we'll go to... we don't want to go about weak spots. We'll just go for anything. Nothing to do with that area. Let's go... Should we go some of the big leagues? Let's go Italy. See who's in Italy. I sort of want to stick to Europe, I think. I think that's a better thing to do. Can we just do Europe as a whole? Yes, we can. Europe as a whole. There we go. So, England, Italy, Europe, and the scouts are going to be off doing their thing. So, well, here we are. I mean, we'll dive in and have a quick look at the game plan and see what sort of... I mean, they're lining up in a... Yes, it's the same formation that we were just playing, to be honest. I'm very excited to use Timo Werner. The only issue is Brahim Diaz on the right. He's not really brilliant out there. The team chemistry is a little bit off as well. Yeah, maybe it'll be a bit more of something like if we bring Kante there and then Luis Alberto and maybe make another sort of attacking midfielder out on that side because we've got so many attacking midfielders in numbers. That would probably sort of make sense, I think. Something like that. So we get a bit of width. Reece James will be able to push up as well. I mean, Azpilicueta, is he's still knocking around? He's not a regen. We could probably sell Azpilicueta. Kana, they're starting him, but he'll come out. I'll probably will start Rudiger or Zuma, to be honest. Azpilicueta gives us quite a big team spirit boost at the moment. Got Niang as well. Abraham, does he give us a boost up front? No, he doesn't. I mean, Mason Mount as well. Actually, Mason Mount, if we take out Luis Alberto, have we got anyone that's got, like, can give a boost? No, it doesn't look like we've got anyone that gives us a boost in terms of captaincy. So, well, we'll give it to... Who would it be in this team? Probably Hudson-Odoi. He's been here the longest. Oh, no, it'd be Azpilicueta, wouldn't it, in this starting lineup? So... But yeah, there you go. That's our team. I still think potentially a 4-4-2. I think Hudson-Odoi is an 84. That's really good. That's really... Is he that good? Is he that good? I mean, like, that's incredible, isn't it? An 84. Team role, star player. Speed, acceleration, dribbling. Okay, we can't really drop him. He's going to be very good. Finishing 73, which isn't brilliant. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to go into the season. And, yeah, well... I mean, we'll be back for the Barcelona game. We're going to have to progress through the transfer window. I'm sure there'll be some changes. It's just, 6 days later. Let's just see what's happening. See if we've got scouts or anything coming back. As Castro has joined Norwich from Bournemouth in the messages. So, Adeyemi from Salzburg. We've got a scout for... As if it's recommending we sign Gabigol from Crystal Palace as our first player. That is incredible. That is, what are the chances of that? What are the chances of that? I sort of do want to bring him in because we just found a bit of form for him as well. He is really good. He is really, really good. I mean, 17 million. Because the scouts have found him, you can generally get him cheaper. His wage, what was his wage? 59. I mean, I don't mind bringing him in. I don't think it's necessarily what we need. They're keen to sell him, so let's go for if we can get him for 10 million. I mean, that would be an absolute bargain, wouldn't it? That would be a bargain. So first, there we go. First bid is in for a Crystal Palace player, and it's one that I didn't really expect. If we bring in Barbosa, I'm thinking of a 4-3-3 with Barbosa on the right, I think is what we'd go with. But yeah, and then we got an offer in for Adeyemi, didn't we? We got an offer in for Adeyemi. There he is. 10 million. It's quite a lot lower than his release fee. So we're going to negotiate that one and just see if we can budge them up a little bit. Let's see if we can get like 13 million. I don't really want to keep him around too much. How old is he? 74 rated. He's only 21. He is going to have a lot of growth, but he's never going to hit the heights. That says he's going to level out at like 75. So yeah, I'm not too worried about that. Quickly then, we're going to look at training as well, just to see if we can get anybody on some sort of not that. That's not what I wanted. I wanted skill training, just to see if we can get anybody up to something really, really helpful in terms of captaincy. I think is the one we want. Inspiration reduces fatigue. So Christensen, Zuma, and Werner. Super sub Werner and Marlon. Marlon could be quite useful for that. Fighting spirit, we don't have anybody. Unless we've got something a bit more useful in terms of finishing or something like that. First time shot, nobody. Acrobatic finishing. Werner. We could put Werner. I mean, Werner's probably going to be my starting striker. A long range shot would be quite useful. Chip shot control is always good. Long range drive, heading. And then you go into the skills. Yeah, okay, let's go for acrobatic finishing. And give Werner a bit of acrobatic finishing and get him on that. And yeah, well, I think we'll leave. Let's go forward a little bit more. Let's go forward a little bit more. See what else happens. I can't believe the scouts found Gabriel Barbosa. They found Gabigol as our first recommended signing. Tammy Abraham saying that Chelsea means absolutely everything to him. Barbosa is in 12 million. It's 2 point more than what we wanted. Ademi, they've agreed. And Zahavi from Norwich. So we'll probably be seeing a bit of a clear out already in this, as we're going to negotiate. We're going to leave the salary at what it is, and we're going to say we'll give you 10.1. If you're not so, yeah, well, let's go 10.1. It might fall down. I'm not overly fussed if we don't get him, but I do feel like for that price, it's a bit silly not to bring him in. And we do have some good defenders here. So Zahavi, yeah, I mean, I'm just going to let him. Oh, that was a renewed contract. I'm just going to let Zahavi go because I think there's no need to have him. He's a 36-year-old striker that's never going to play. And he was on 42 grand. Look at that salary budget boost. That's impressive. As Ademi, I don't think he's on a lot of salary. So, yeah, we'll accept that one as well. He's never going to really play for us. So, straight away, 164,000 in salary, 136 in the transfer budget. Right, thinking about this objectively, this is where I need you guys to help me in the comments below. And obviously, subscribe and like the video if you're new. Sorry for those that wanted me to stay at Crystal Palace, but in terms of, I think, keeping the series fresh and thinking real life, I feel like this was a decision you'd always do, and you'd always move from Crystal Palace to Chelsea. And there is an element of thinking we took them as far as we could go. I do think that. So, where do we need to improve? I mean, Kepa actually isn't a bad goalkeeper in the game. We've got centre-backs in Rudiger, Christensen, Zuma and Kana, which I'm happy with. Reece James and Azpilicueta, who is getting on a bit, but at the back I think is quite good. Emerson and Ben Chilwell at left-back I'm actually quite happy with. Jorginho, Kante and Kovacic. Maybe another central midfielder. We do have Gilmour and Chalobah, but I think they're not going to really step up. We actually have Mendy as well. So we could sell Emerson if needs be. And we have Tomori Piscani I want to sell, so maybe we'll look to loan out Kana or something like that. Goalkeepers will sell Caballero. I'm happy to have Mendy and Kepa, to be honest. We've got Ramsdale, 3 good goalkeepers. Camacho can go. Zahavi's going. Niang, Abraham and Werner are all good options up front. We don't really, if we're bringing in Gabigol as well, we don't really need a striker. It's a very good squad. A right wing forward, to be honest, and that I feel like it would be pretty complete. And that's sort of the one position at Crystal Palace we didn't have because we put Oxlade-Chamberlain out there. So, yeah, I just don't know. You're going to have to let me know down below. Kieran Trippier has joined Liverpool from Atletico Madrid, which is an interesting move. They want 10.6, which is fine. That's only 500 grand more. Player departures. Harvey's left and Amiemi has gone as well. So our first signing is going to be Gabriel Barbosa for a measly £10.6 million. I'm happy. It's a bit strange to think that we're going to bring in Gabriel Barbosa from Crystal Palace. I didn't think he'd be the player we went for. I thought it would be Mbabu, to be honest, because Mbabu is absolutely brilliant. But it's not been the case. Barbosa joins Chelsea. Barbosa joins Chelsea. And, yeah, incredible. There he is. Barbosa's in. Scouting results got 6 players to look at. Rudiger from Sheffield United. And has joined the squad. He starts training immediately, and such you should expect him to lower your team spirit for a short period. Yeah, that's fine. The chemistry of the team will drop, which isn't a problem. Who have our scouts gone and found? So, Victor Osimhen, another striker. Igor and Romero. Romagnoli, Rasakov and Mukiele at right back. No one in England's been found yet. Just waiting for the day that says they've found Dybala. That's the dream. That's the dream. As Barbosa joins, he's worth 17 million. We bought him for 10. A bit of a no-brainer. Can play on the right wing, so I think that is a good option. Rudiger has an offer on him from Sheffield United, 24 million. That is a rubbish offer, and he's worth 33. So no, you can give us the. I mean, has Sheffield United got anyone good? And Ketia, no, they haven't got anyone good. Okay, you can give us 37 million pounds, and even then, I might reject it because it's not that good. But, yeah, Victor Osimhen would be a great striker, but we don't need any more strikers now. Now that we've bought in Gabigol, we do not need any more strikers. So, in theory then, what would happen is Havertz would sit in behind. Luis Alberto would go to a right wing forward. I could definitely play Luis Alberto as a second striker out there to start. That's probably actually makes a bit more sense, doesn't it? Because our team spirit then goes up a little bit, and we can bring off the likes of Marlon and Gabigol off the bench. To be honest, we definitely don't need 2 goalkeepers on the bench. So yeah, interesting. I would say basically, except for Mason Mount, I do like Mason Mount. I think he's a very good player. I mean, Brahim Diaz looks like the one he could potentially be sold to bring in some funds if we need it. But yeah, I mean, interesting developments are happening here. And, well, we're going to leave this episode here. And we're going to come back for the next episode for the remainder of the transfer window and that game against Barcelona. Because it's, how long have we got until that game? We've got, not too long. So there you go. We'll come back. So we're going to have like a few back-to-back episodes that aren't going to move on much because we'll end this one here, then we'll do the rest of the transfer window and the Barcelona game, and then we'll come back for the Chelsea game as well. And then we'll do the Chelsea game. Sorry, we'll do the Barcelona game, then we'll do the Man United game and the Everton game and the last day of the transfer window. And then we'll move on, as you can see, straight into the group stage, which will be incredible. So if you're enjoying the series, if you like this video, if you're happy that we moved to Chelsea, leave a like. And if you're not happy, let me know in the comments. But Barbosa's joined, as it says right there. We're moving on. We're moving on. It's a new series of it's a new stage of the Master League. But thank you so much for watching. It's good to be back. For now, I'm out. Cheers.